The key differences between organic community destinations and traditional content destinations has everything to do with the relationship that that audience has with each of those sites, or those types and kinds of sites. The relationship is dictated based on what they expect out of that site and what they do when they go there. So you can break those differences down into a lot of different areas, but it's all based on the relationship that they have with those sites. So for instance, in an organic, social, community-driven site, what will happen is they have an expectation of what it is they do when they go there. So let's use Slashdot as an example. Slashdot is somewhere where over the years the site was never built to be commercial. It was built to be a safe haven for individuals with technology inclination, whether it was professional or personal, to be able to come and have conversations about the things that were important to them. That could be traditional B2B mechanisms, talking about servers and data centers and cloud and so on. But it could also be talking about the last space shuttle launch. Things of all tech-related individual types and kinds of information. That's what they would come there for. Versus what they would go to a traditional content destination for, where the main voice on a traditional content destination is the editorial team, whereas the main voice or voices on a traditional social, an organic social community-driven site is their voice and their peers' voices. So inherently the relationship is very different.
We have an enormous audience in both North America and the rest of the world, but like a traditional B2B technology company, we can also zero in on our audience based on area of interest, technology, even job area. So we offer our audiences the ability to interact with each other around the world. We are social and community properties, but in addition to that, we also offer the kinds of targeting and granularity of content and editorial that you would see on a traditional website. So Geeknet sites, Slashdot, SourceForge, and FreeCode in some respects offer the best of both worlds. You have global reach and scale combined with the kind of targeting and the passion, most importantly, of our communities that drive our editorial creation.
So when I talk about peer interaction, for many years companies have looked at Net Promoter. Net Promoter is a framework to look at, does any individual like the brand and they're promoting it actively or detracting from it and saying they don't like it. So what we see in our context is really the same thing at multiple different levels. So if you're looking for a cloud solution, a service to deploy for your company, really the whole Net Promoter paradigm plays out there as well. And so there will be seed questions in the environment. The community comments on it. They'll say, we like this provider, we had this problem with this other one. And that's really how it plays out. And so if you talk about the advertiser objective to be relevant in that context, we've got some very innovative products to do that. So there's a Pulse unit we have on the right, Polls and Pulse, which allows an advertiser to put their brand in there, ask a seed question, and then get some very lightweight answers and ultimately some qualified leads. There's also a real groundbreaking product called Ask Slashdot. So the community is very good at responding on key seed questions. And this is one where an advertiser can put sponsored branding right in the question. They can also have technologists from their company participate in the discussion. And that's one example of why we're a little different. I think Geeknet Media will bring those kinds of ad products to market. You might not see that from our competitors. And really, it's a way to get your brand out into the community and sort of participate in that discussion. I think that's the goal there. It's not just marketing messages, but it's participating in a real discussion.
One of the impacts of the web in general and the evolution of community-driven sites, and even more recently the emergence of social media, is that everyone is now a publisher. The issue with this is that many technology companies, especially their IT marketing organizations, don't know how to think like publishers. The opportunity is enormous. IT marketers can go into communities like those on Geeknet Media, have transparent, real-time conversations with the people who matter most to them and their products. However, to do this, they have to do it in an organic and transparent way. They have to have an editorial strategy, and they have to offer value. They have to have content and conversations that address the IT influencer on the pain points they need.
So the real gems of using social media and B2B tech are that if you've got a great product or service, it's going to shine through loud and clear, and it's going to come through in a way that no traditional marketing will get you. It's peer recommendations and it's how-to tips from the community, and that is the strongest, most powerful conversion to a qualified lead and conversion to sale that you're going to get. And really that's a lot different than just going out and driving general brand awareness. Sure, we can do that, we'll do a good job with that, but I think in our environment here, that's really where we make our mark.
I would encourage any IT advertiser and marketer that is interested in harnessing the power of social media and organic communities to the betterment of business value to give us a call. Geeknet Media offers all of the traditional mechanisms that you can get anywhere. Traditional lead generation, traditional display advertising, digital events, and so on. What makes us truly different is our ability to harness the social power of our communities and use that threading to tie together those three business units along with marketing services to a completely different level of return on investment on each individual advertising dollar, and that's something that we're willing to put our money where our mouth is and prove that to any advertiser that's willing to have a conversation.